Hello, this is High Templar. Welcome to my Total War Warhammer 2 analysis videos. And I will be talking about something that happened on the stream a day ago. That was reveal of the Lizardmen roster. And boy, it's good. But also they gave us the mechanics for the Lizardmen army, which is even better. And I apologize for not uploading this video before, but I had some personal matters to attend to, so I couldn't. So, let's talk about Lizardmen roster very shortly. We will have like very basic low tier skinks, which is pretty cool, which is called skinks cohort. But there will be also skink cohort with javelin, which will be a hybrid unit, much like a Steel and Company. And those guys will be somewhat similar to, like I said, Steel and Company or the Iberian Swords from the Euron 2. They will have fewer javelins than the normal skirmisher unit, obviously. But there is more of them in a unit, so they will throw a lot of those. Probably not a high really damage because skinks are not really that big, so those won't be really like javelins. So smaller, right? We will have Saurus warriors, both anti-infantry and anti-large with spears, versions without and with shields, which is awesome. We will have Temple Guards who will have halberds, but with shields, because those guys are just so big. So the Saurus warriors will become... This is pretty interesting actually, because we will be getting a very heavy spear infantry unit. That's not something we've seen before. You will argue that there are War Dancers Asrai spears, but it's an excellent spear unit. It's just not heavy spear unit. So those guys will be very good all round, Saurus in general. And then we will have some cavalry units, some monsters units. Very nice roster. We'll have things that are not in tabletop, like feral versions of Bastiodons or the Cold Ones, who will work, I assume, similarly to the Warhounds that we already have in the Warhammer, which is pretty cool. I like that idea a lot. And we'll have even upgraded version of the Cold Ones, which will be the Horde ones. What we won't get is we will get Pterodons. We will get Pterodons with the Fire Leech Bolas, which is awesome. That was also an option in the tabletop. But we will not get Reaper Dactyls, which I don't like, because I love those units. But, you know. And the Pterodons will be able to throw the stones, as you've seen in the trailer, and the riders will be able to throw those exploding leeches. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And aside from those feral monsters, there will be feral Carnosaurs as well, or feral Bestiodon, which is pretty nice. But there will be also monsters that we know and love. There will be Bestiodons with light engine and with something new. I will talk about in a moment. There will be Stegodons, Asian Stegodons. So yeah, that's nice. Like I said, there are some units missing, but except for Reaper Dactyls, most of those units were not really that often used. Now, let's talk about smaller things and their implications. Firstly, they gave us mechanics behind the Lizardmen, and it's pretty interesting. Lizardmen, as in tabletop, are cold-blooded and will have very high leadership, which is pretty cool. But they will also have primal rage. And that will trigger, much like in Rome 2 or Attila with elephants. They will just run amok and they will just try to get the unit, just run everywhere, stop listening to your orders. It will be based, unlike in Rome 2 and Attila, on health. So at some point when you will lose health, your unit will lose, you will lose control of the unit. Okay, so there's that. But that also means those units will be not running anytime soon. The units that will not have rage will be skinks and units controlled by skinks, so yeah, all the beasts that are ridden by skinks will not have rage. Also, it was mentioned that Carnosaur is very likely to rage, and even the Scarred Veteran will not be able to control him fully, but the All Blood will, as far as I understood from the stream. So this is pretty cool mechanic, and it will give Lizardmen a unique feel, and I like that idea a lot. They will also give those guys a cold blood healing, which will heal a unit, but it will make it weaker, so you cannot use it in combat like you do with, with Jade Wizard or with Invocation of the Heck. They will also give us pretty interesting thing. Aside from the light engine, the Bastion will also carry Revivification engine, which will be not only healing your guys, but raising them from the dead. So it will be pretty hard to beat this army, and it will make it a lot easier to fight in the campaign, when you will be able to rise your dead if you stall the combat for long enough. Right? So there's that. For the more specific things, the Cold Ones units will have less entities than normal count. So not 60, not normal cavalry unit. It will be probably, they said less, but they didn't say half. I would say if half is possible, 30 or 40. 40 is also very much possible for the Cold Ones. The other thing is that the Stegodons will carry a giant crossbow, or the ancient Stegodons will carry giant blowpipes. And the giant blowpipes will work according to them as a machine gun. That means they are also implementing rattling gun for the Skaven. And I'm very excited for that. So, what else? Well, that would be most of the things that I gather from there. They've mentioned that the chameleon skins, which are very, very nice skirmishers, will be more invisible than other units, but I'm not sure if that will be actually true. They might have just a stack ability, but they should be better than, say, the goblins in hiding. So maybe there is some truth to it. Maybe the chameleon skins will be better at hiding, which will make them amazing skirmishers, especially that they have poison. Also, they've mentioned that many of the Lizardmen units will actually have poison. So this is another mechanic that is pretty cool. And this is pretty much it. I hope you like it. I will leave the link in the description for the roster, so you can see it on your own eyes and tell me what you think about it. What I think about it, I already told you. And that is it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, and see my other videos in Total War Warhammer, mod reviews, mechanics videos, and DLC analysis and speculation videos. And also let's play in Total War series and other games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.